It's okay. She's okay. Don't get so worried. Don't get so worried. She's okay.
Put your shirt on.
She's very worried. It's okay. Come here.
Put your shirt on. No, not your sock. Your shirt.
Come sit.
Your shirt. Here, put your shirt on. Shirt. She's tired.
Yeah, she is.
Come on. Head up.
Yeah,
Sit.
I see you. See me what?
Come on.
I see you do what? What did I do?
I brushed her hair nicely. I got her.
ये गुस्सा हो जाए तो इनको लगा इनकी बहन को हमने मारा
I know.
ये कह रहे I see you don't want. Okay, bye. You know, Nani is not talking to you. Bye.
Say no,
Nani,
Nani. I love you. No, she's sad.
देखो.
Can you give Nani a hug? She's sad. Give Nani a hug. Give Nani a flying kiss. Mwah. Tell him. Yeah. Come on. Let's go. Did you say hi to everybody? Say hi to the camera. Say hello. Here, say hi to everybody. Can you give kisses?
Hello.
Hello, Daddy.
Hare Krishna Dikra.
Dani, no, Darshna auntie is Dani. They're
Darshna
both
auntie.
Nanis. Munna Nani and Darshna Nani.
Hare Krishna Betu.
Hi, Krishna Nani.
Daddy.
No, why are you Daddy?
Nani.
You're on
Yes,
this
I'm
side.
Nani. I'm Nani. I'm
You're
Nani.
Nani.
Yes. Yes.
Nani.
Sorry, beta. Hare Krishna,
Munna
beta.
Nani and who is that? She's asking. Munna Nani and Darshna Nani are there. I am Nana. Oh, she's going to Nana.
Oh,
We're going to see Nana?
she's had enough of
Yeah,
everyone.
she's
Wants
going
a
to see
Nana.
Nana. Yeah. Okay, come on. Slowly. Come on.
Such a good girl.
Come
so
on,
well
Chatu.
behaved. So well behaved.
Very good girl. Where are we going? Okay,
Just like her mama and her masi.
let's go. She's taking me somewhere. Okay, we're going to see Coco. Okay, let's go. Okay.
Amuk idhar. Dahi ne betu. Amuk idhar.
Chalo. Did you tell everybody we're going to see Coco?
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Roa dum karish.
Say it again. Hi, Nana. Say hi, Nana. No, Nana. Nana.
Yes, beta.
Nana. Nana, where are you?
I'm here.
She's asking.
Yeah, you come down here.
You want to go down to see Nana? We start the kirtan in a minute. Do you want to go downstairs or you want to stay here with Coco? No, don't mess with Nana's books.
Let's get there, beta.
Are you going to play the kirtan? Yeah, book. We don't touch Nana's books, though. Okay? What? Yeah. It's 7:30. Is Ramgiri Dari Prabhu here? Nope. Yeah. Where's Ram? Okay, Ramgiri Dari Prabhu is not here. And he is our host. So yeah, no. Doesn't know. Any other volunteers to lead? Tani Prabhu, could you lead the kirtan?
Yes, yes, ma'am, Manjipa. I am. My schedule is tomorrow. I can switch with him.
We'll do that. Perfect.
Okay.
Should you leave? Yeah, that's perfect, Prabhu, because it's already 7:30.
Okay.
Thank
I
you,
need
Prabhu.
I need a responder.
Okay, Darshanti, can you be Uncle or Prabhu's responder? Bhaiya's occupied with Shreyu.
Got it.
Be careful. It's okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Darshanti?
Yeah.
Okay, Auntie, I'm asking her to unmute.
They are connecting audio.
Perfect. Okay, that'll be good.
Or Abhay Prabhu, are you available?
Shreya?
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna.
Bhaiya, what are you doing? Tanu Prabhu's singing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bhaiya,
Namo
Tanvika Prabhu's singing.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Abhiji?
Me to continue. Thanu Prabhu.
Yeah, could you please make a responder?
Yeah. Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine.
Namaste Saraswati Devam Gauravani Pracharini Nivistesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Desatarini.
Namaste Saraswati Deve
Prabhupada,
Gauravani Pracharine
Prabhupada,
Nirvishesha Sunyavadi
Prabhupada.
Patyatya Deshatarine.
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivashadi Gaur Bhakta Brinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda Shri
Nityananda
Advaita Gadadha Shiva Shadi Gaur Bhakta Brinda.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Natnavara Radha Natnavara Radhe.
Jaya Radha Natvar Radhe.
Jaya Radha Natavara Radha Natavara Radhe.
Jaya Radha Natvar Radhe.
Jaya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Patita Pavana Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Patita Pavana Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Patita Pavana Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Patita Pavana Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananda Kodi Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.
Thank you, Tanavika Prabhu. So Rasa Keli and Haripriya are going to sing Yashomati Nandan, I believe.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So
Hare
we have
Krishna.
time till 9 o'clock, Prabhu?
Yes, so yeah, just about 11 minutes, correct.
Okay. And do we read the translation also after that, Prabhu?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Yashomati Nandana Brajavara Nagara Gokula Yashomati Nandana
Krishna is the beloved son of Mother Yashoda, the transcendental lover in the land of Raja, the delight of Gokul. Kana, a nickname of Krishna, the wealth of the lives of the gopis. He steals the mind of even Cupid and punishes the Kaliya serpent. These pure holy names of Lord Hari are full of sweet nectarian pastimes. Krishna is the Lord of the 12 forests of Raja. He is ever youthful and is the best of lovers. He is always playing on a flute and he is an excellent dresser. Krishna is the protector of the inhabitants of Raja, the destroyer of various demonic dynasties, the keeper and tender of Nanda Maharaj's cows, the giver of pleasure to the cows, land, and spiritual senses, the husband of the goddess of fortune, the butter thief, and the beautiful cowherd boy of Nanda Maharaj. Krishna wanders along the banks of the river Yamuna. He stole the garments of the young damsels of Raja who were bathing there. He delights in the mellows of the rasa dance. He is very merciful, the lover and beloved of Srimati Radharani, the great dancer of Vrindavan, and the shelter and only refuge of Thakur Bhakti.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So today's lecture will be given by His Holiness Hanumat Prishik Maharaj. Maharaj, are you with us?
And screen share is on already.
And screen share is already on if you have a PowerPoint project, Maharaj. Maharaj?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, Maharaj.
Okay. I have so many buttons to push, you know. Let's see. So let us try and share our screen. And I have to go to what is this? Okay. I don't want my system information. I want the robot. And I go down here and it says more. Okay, HP Swami. Invite participants, no. Let's try making this bigger. Okay, now I can share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
It's loading, Maharaj, but yes. Now we can see it.
What do you see?
Narada Muni.
Is he playing a banjo?
Looks like a veena.
Is he
or
wearing
sitar,
Adidas?
one of the two.
Does he have Adidas shoes?
I think they're the old school Adidas shoes.
Okay. Economy. Yeah.
Vintage, I guess would be better.
Okay. Okay. I don't want that. Here we go. Can you see the Bhagavatam verse now?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay, so this is Srimad Bhagavatam 6:5:21. Narada Muni cursed by Maharaj Daksha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Don't be shy.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
When you say the ah, you have to open up all the way down to the bottom of the universe. You have to open your throat, your chest, your stomach. Ah. And you start closing it from the bottom up. And squeeze it all out your nose. Okay, here we go again. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Okay. This is okay. Narayanam namaskrityam
Narayanam namaskritam
naram chaiva narottamam
Naram Jaiva Narotamam
devim sarasvatim vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
tato jayam udirayat.
Tato Jayam Udirayet.
Iti via. Okay, everybody can repeat after me in your own ashrams there. Iti via varsita rajan. Iti
Iti vyavasita rajan
Haryashva ekchetasa.
Haryashva ekachetasa.
My connection has been. Can you hear me?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay, it's trying to reconnect, and one it covers the screen. And I gotta hear you. Prayush tamparik ramya
Prayashyatam
parikarmaya
antanam anivartanam.
panthanam anivartanam.
Okay. Iti, thus, vyavasitaha, being fully convinced by the instructions of Narada Muni. My goodness, the sons of Daksha and Mrs. Daksha. Something like 40,000 of them, or 10,000.
Maharaj, we lost your screen share.
Yeah, I know. What you have when you're using AT&T.
Okay, Maharaj.
So, now it's your face. I lost your face. It's trying to reconnect. We'll see if it does it. So, Vyavastita, they were fully convinced by the instructions of Narada. Okay. So now you got my screen share back, I think. Have you?
Not yet.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Can you hear me?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay. It's not very loud. Anyway, I'll just read it. Yeah. So if you want to go to vedabase.io or something, 6521. 6521. Canto 6. Narada Muni cursed by Pradapati Jaksha. Chapter 5, Narada Muni, and 21. Iti vyavisita rajan haryashva ekachetasa prayayus tam parikramya pantanam anivartanam. So the Haryashvas, who were all sons of Daksha in his second incarnation after insulting Lord Shiva, cursing Lord Shiva, were all fully convinced. He continued to talk to Maharaj Parikshit, Sukadeva Goswami, telling all these stories. How nice to become free from pushes of lust, anger, greed, fear, just by hearing stories. Maharaj, my dear king, after hearing the instructions of Narada, the Haryashvas, the sons of Prajapati Daksha, were firmly convinced. Yeah. They all believed in his instructions and reached the same conclusion. Having accepted him as their spiritual master, they circumambulated that great sage and followed the path by which one never returns to this material world. So I wonder if that's available on the GPS, like that, on Google Maps. If they have the destination by which one never returns to this material world. I bet nobody's tried it like that. Just try and punch it in, see what happens. They'll maybe give you several options. The Catholic Cathedral in Nashville, Robbie Singh's house, Okay. Yeah. Destination, Manjari Singh's house, by which having gone, one never returns to this material world. Like that. But that's what they did. Yeah, okay. Purport, from this verse we can understand the meaning of initiation and the duties of a disciple and spiritual master. The spiritual master never instructs his disciple, quote, take a mantra from me, pay me some money, and by practicing this yoga system, you will become very expert in material life. When you're very old, you'll be able to have dialysis every week. This is not the duty of a spiritual master. The spiritual master teaches the disciple how to give up materialistic life. And the disciple's duty is to assimilate his instructions and ultimately follow the path back home, back to Godhead, from whence no one returns to this material world. Okay. So then let's go to the next verse, which is the next verse says, 22 says, Sarva Brahmani Nirbhata Rishikesha Padambuje Akandam Chittam Aveshya Lokan Anu Charan Munahi. Translation. Okay. Well, actually, the word by word's interesting. Sarva Brahmani. In spiritual sound, swara Brahmani, in spiritual sound, nirbhata, placing clearly before the mind, Rishikesha, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, the master of the senses, Padambuje, the lotus feet, Akandam, unbroken, Chittam, consciousness of Ekta, engaging Lokan, all the planetary systems, Anucharat, travel around Muni, the great sage Narada. Swarabrahmani Nirbhata, Rishikesha, Padambuje, Akanda Chittam Adeshya, Lokam Anu Charan Munihi. The 7 musical notes, Saragama Padani, Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, are used in musical instruments, but originally come from the Samaveda. So, of course, this is not in the actual text. So where does Prabhupada get this from? So during one class, somebody asked this, and Srinivas suggested from our readings it was coming from the first commentator on the Bhagavatam, Sridhar Swami. And then Radhika was there, and he said, ooh, yes. He said many times in the texts, Prabhupada translates and he includes in the commentary of Sridhar Swami, and then he includes Jiva Goswami so many times in the purports. So maybe Sridhar Swami makes this point that swara, means the was it swara? Swara Brahmani, means Saragama Padani, which are used in all musical instruments. But originally they come from the Samaveda. The great sage vibrates the sounds describing the pastime of the Supreme Lord by such transcendental vibrations as Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He fixes his mind at the lotus feet of the Lord. So, of course, that's what it says. It's Akanda Chittam, So here, of course, is the point. Shravanam, we hear from the spiritual master different songs and prayers and pious mutterings. Pious mutterings, they're called. And the word motto, a little short thing which fixes our motto is death before dishonor. Okay, death before dishonor. Okay. So these are mottos, but it comes from the same word as the word of muttering. So a motto is a mantra. We got that personalized. So he receives these, Shravanam, and then we mutter them, we chant them, mutter the mantra, Shravanam, Kirtanam, loudly even. And when we do that, then we can begin to understand it and contemplate it. And so now we're chanting with depth. We're meaning something. Oh Krishna, oh Rama, oh Radha, please ask Krishna and Rama to engage me in their service. That's what we want. If we had service all day, one devotee he describes he'd gone to Mayapur, and Prabhupada had wanted him to come there. Maybe it was Bharadwaja, to learn how to do this Bengali thing of making different fruits and all these things out of clay, paper mache, painting them, so you can make doll exhibits and so on. Very nice village art. So after he got there to Mayapur, he went into Prabhupada's room, let him go. Prabhupada greeted him and talking about the project a little bit and saying it was very nice to see him. And then he went outside and he met one of his the devotee he knew for a long time, and they started talking about who got married to who and things like that. And then Prabhupada was hearing this in his room of the devotees, and so he sent one devotee out to say, we should always be talking about Krishna's service. If we want to, we can be engaged 24 hours a day, like that. So there it is, 24 hours a day service. And of course, then there's no lamentation, no distress. And we can actually feel satisfied. I'm really doing something. Even an animal, when they participate and do something, they know, well, I did something, Yeah. When an animal, so many stories of animals saving people's lives, running back a long distance and bringing help to people caught in the desert or something, And the animal knows, I did this, I saved a person, even though I hurt my foot. So continuous service, and then it becomes more intense, and then it becomes broad. So Narada Muni uses what? He uses Sravanam Kirtanam to fix his mind, Shmarnam, By such transcendental vibrations as Hare Krishna or Hare Rama, he fixes his mind at the lotus feet of the Lord. Yes. Thus he directly. And what does that mean? It means this humble, very humble position. Just any kind of service, any kind of activity. They meet somebody and bow down at their feet. They can cut our head off if they want to. But it means the most simple servant of the service of your existence. Whatever, I'm the lowest person on the food chain. Whatever comes off the table. Narada Muni continued traveling throughout the planetary systems. Bhura Bhuvaswa, his mind always fixed at the lotus feet of the Lord. So when Narada Muni comes through the airways, the different wind ropes that hold the planets together, the prana waves, it's like for a copper wire for electricity, it's a tunnel. Not for us, but if we can raise ourselves to the level of fire, like electricity, then we can pass through copper wires. The same way they are more and more subtle, material, subtle wind ropes, gravity ropes. And Narada Muni travels around on these things. Then you come out and you've got to put on Bhumandala, elements. And those elements go onto your mind, everything else. And there you have a form which can be felt and seen, in the gross world, to some degree. So maybe he never touches the earth, but he can be smelled like the fragrance of jasmine flowers. He can be seen because the fire element is there. And he can be touched, hard and soft, hot and cold, and occupying space, the five gross elements. So Narada Muni is coming and going, playing his veena, and coming out, and he can come right into our ashram like that right now. Oh my God! Yeah. And sing for the twins. Haribol. So this purport's very nice. This is the first one. There are two songs in all of Prabhupada's books. One is Goranga Bolite Habe Pulaka Sharir. That's in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila, chapter 7, verse number 17. How does he remember that? Well, it's very easy. Adi is 1. Chapter 7 is a very famous chapter. Prabhupada published it as a separate book. It's Lord Chaitanya and 5 features. So 1-7. And what's the verse number? 17. Yes, you got it. There we go. 1-7-17. Karanga Bolita Habe. And the other song is the one right here, which is 6-5-22. And I have the slightest idea how to remember that. All I remember is that it's in the story of Narada being cursed. Okay, so we can all sing along together here. You know, keep your microphones muted, otherwise it'll overload the thing and it'll start going into sequential stuff. Narada Bodhi Bajai Bi Naradi Karabana Name Namani Namamani Udito Haya Bhakata Gita Same Amiya Dara Varishegana Shravana Yugalagiya Bhakata Jana Sagane Nache Bariya Apanahiya Madhuri Puri Asaba Pashi Mataya Jagata Jane Kehava Kande Kehava Nache Kehamate Mani Mane Panchavadana Naradedari Primera Sagana Roll Kamala Sana Nachiya Bale Bola Bola Hari Bola Sahasranana Paramasuke Hari Hari Bali Gaya Nama Prabhavi Matila Vishva Nama Rasa Sabe Payan Shri Krishna Nama Rasa Nespuri Pura Lama Rashan Shri Rupa Padi Yachaiha Bhakati Venora Dasan. So I've heard that they say that Prabhupada said that this was his most favorite song. And there's some story that one person before Prabhupada had ever left for the West, they saw him sitting on the bank of the Jamuna in a comfortable place in the evening with a small fire or something, cooking some chapatis and singing this song, like that, hot chapatis with freshly made grains. The purport of the song is that Narada Muni, the great soul, plays his stringed instrument called Bina, vibrating the sound Radhika Raman, which is another name for Krishna. As soon as he strokes the strings, all the devotees begin responding, making a very beautiful vibration. Accompanied by the stringed instrument, the singing seems like a shower of nectar. And all the devotees dance in ecstasy to the fullest extent of their satisfaction. While dancing, they appear madly intoxicated with ecstasy, as if drinking the beverage called Madhuri Pura. Some of them cry, some of them dance, and some of them, although unable to dance publicly, dance within their hearts. Okay, maybe the President of the United States, he'll be dancing within his heart. Lord Shiva embraces Narada Muni and begins talking in an ecstatic voice, and seeing Lord Shiva dancing with Narada. Lord Brahma also joins, saying, all of you kindly chant Haribol, Haribol. The king of heaven, Indra, also gradually joins with great satisfaction. Takes him some time. Shiva's first, then Brahma. Then, I guess it's coming down. Then Sahasranana, Indra, begins chanting and dancing and chanting, Haribol, Haribol. In this way, by the influence of the transcendental vibration of the holy name of God, The whole universe becomes ecstatic. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, when the universe becomes ecstatic, my desire is satisfied. I therefore pray at the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami that this chanting of Harinam may go on nicely like this. Okay, end of Prabhupada's, that's Bhaktivinoda talking. So this is our desire, why we're chanting, that somehow or other we can be instrument within this movement, And what's his name that built the Purpose-Driven Church? I forgot the guy's name. The Purpose-Driven Life. Very big preacher, extremely successful, And he says exactly the same thing. He says the preaching comes in waves, and you've got to be ready for it, If the President of the United States comes to Ravi Singh's house and says, Ravi, how should we organize the government? What are you going to say? Varna Ashram Dharma. Okay, yeah, we got it. We know. Promote every church. Help them all. Help all religions. And if the atheists can say atheistic things that are uplifting, okay. Kirtan, singing. Set a good example yourself. So we have so much advice. We're ready. And don't think it won't happen. This happens, that happens, and suddenly there, and we have to be ready. This comes in waves. Next paragraph. Lord Brahma is the guru of Narada Muni, who is the guru of Vyasadeva, and Vyasadeva is the guru of Madhvacharya. Thus, the Gaudiya Madhva Sampradaya is in disciplic succession from Narada Muni. The members of the disciplic succession, in other words, the members of the Krishna consciousness movement, should follow in the footsteps of Narada Muni by chanting with transcendental vibration, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. They should go everywhere to deliver the fallen souls. They should go to YouTube. They should go to Netflix. They should go to Vimeo. They should go to wherever we can go now. They should go to every blog and village. They should go to every website and village to deliver the fallen souls by vibrating the Hare Krishna mantra and the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. That will please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One can spiritually advance if one actually follows the instructions of Narada Muni. So he's our guru. We can talk to him. If one pleases Narada Muni, then the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Rishikesh, is also pleased. Yasya Prasada Bhagavad Prasada. The immediate spiritual master is a representative of Narada Muni. So Prabhupada Ki Jai. There is no difference between the instructions of Narada Muni and those of the present spiritual master. Wow. Both Narada Muni and the present spiritual master speak the same teachings of Lord Krishna, who says in the Bhagavad Gita 18:65-66. The conclusion. This is the conclusion of everything right here. Everybody chant together. Mamana Baba Mad Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mame Vaishyashi Satyam Te Pratijani Priyosi Me Sarva Dharman Parityadya Mamekam Sharanam Raja Aham Tvam Sarve Paptebhyo Mokshayishyami Suchaha. Always think of me and become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homage unto me. Then you will come to me without fail. I promise to do this because you are my very dear friend. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all simple reactions. Do not fear. That's the conclusion, because Arjuna is afraid. He's got a simple reaction for killing so many people, leaving so many women unprotected to be exploited by guys with big cars and big mustaches and casinos in Las Vegas. So, any questions or comments? Everybody's going to go buy a guitar. Are you ready?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, I have one question.
1 second here. I have to expand my robot. Okay.
Yes.
Who's asking the question?
This is Rasakili Dasi Maharaj from Knoxville.
Oh, okay. It's Gorgadadhar. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, bro. So I was wondering, like, so in this case, like, in the case of the sons of Prajapati Daksha, Narad Muni, they like Prajapati Daksha wanted them to become grihastas, and Narad Muni made them Paramahamsas, made them renounced. And I was just thinking, like, on the other hand, like, in the case of Maharaj Priyavarta, who was already a Paramahamsa devotee on the exalted plane, but on the request of Narad Muni and Lord Brahma and others, he took into becoming a king and managing the responsibilities. So it kind of looks contradictory in a way, because the Prajapati Daksha sons, they were also needed for increasing the progeny, right, Maharaj? So how would you explain that, Maharaj?
There's so many stories. Of course, the ABCs is Bhagavad Gita, and Arjuna sees the same thing, right? It's the same thing, you know. You're telling me that I shouldn't be attached to fame, prestige, palaces, little girls throwing flowers in my pathway when I walk on the elephant, you know. So you're saying I shouldn't be attached to all these family things and prestige and fame, but at the same time too, you're telling me to fight. Like that. So on the one hand, is that he's thinking, oh, I'm supposed to become a Paramahamsa and leave this world and do all these things. Okay, you know, Brahma Bhuta Prasanama. That's the beginning. When we actually become peaceful and become free from the modes, then we get devotional service. So then it's whatever Krishna wants. If Krishna wants us to stay in the prison, but now become a prison guard or a prison counselor or the warden of the prison or the cook or whatever, okay, but now we're serving. You know, the doors open up automatically when we have to go from place to place, you know. The attitude's changed, you know, and it matures, you know. And so Narada Muni is traveling around the material world, you know, which is a reflection. But he sees how it's all Krishna's arrangement, you know. And the Haryashvas, the Yogyashvas, okay, in their position, it says they followed the path by which one never returns. So maybe they also didn't leave right away. Maybe they also were traveling around, you know. Whether they have children or not, okay, there's something. See that, you know, in the end, Pradapati Daksha was solved the problem. What was his third set of children? Do you know?
No, Maharaj.
He had 50 daughters.
Oh, okay.
So he sent all of his sons to University of Tennessee to become doctors and lawyers and engineers, do all the austerities. Then they can get a good attractive, pretty girl and have a nice car and have a nice house and become governor, become head of the American Medical Association. You know, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, have more children. But when they got to the university, Narada Muni showed up with he said, "Hey guys, I got some books here. Look at these books, you know." But you never saw pictures like this before. You know? Yeah, well. So they all became devotees and moved into the Hare Krishna temple. All came to Nitya Gorsuner's house. Okay. Vivek Narayan's house. Yeah. So then after that, Daksha was so disturbed. Oh my God, he had some more children, you know, 1,000 this time. And they all went to the university, and Narada Muni showed up again and said, "Hey guys, yeah, your big brothers bought these books from me, you know? Yeah, okay." So they all became, you know, left and went to the temple. So then the news spread that Daksha had the third set of children, and so Narada Muni showed up at his house. And Daksha said, "Oh, hello, Narada Muni. Welcome. Good to see you. You know, you want to preach to my children?" And Narada said, "Well, yeah, Daksha. This is a little weird, you know." He said, "Go right in, Narada, you know." So Narada Muni went in and you know, and said, man, woo. Okay, so Narada Muni came out with his Bina, you know, kind of distorted and everything else, and smiled at Daksha and said, "Daksha, you win," because he couldn't preach to them to all go off wandering all over, living in tree bark, you know, and everything else, you know. And so, yeah, it's probably said this is the solution, you know. And so then they all got married to Kashyapa and other people like that. And from them came all the Prajapati, all the, the progeny in the universe, to the daughters of Daksha. So, we take care of everything. And every time it may be different. The second time around, the Kilashvas may say, well, Narada Muni, let us enjoy first. Let us follow the example of the Prachetas, because the Prachetas got married after their brahmacharya austerities. They married Pramlochan. They had children. But then Advanapras came, and then they renounced. And, and the Narada Muni became their guru the second time around, and they achieved success. So many, many different options are there. But for a devotee, the thing is whatever, like you're saying. Priyavrata wanted to stay in the Hare Krishna temple, but his father said, hey, look, give me a chance. I've been doing all this austerity, getting involved in all this stuff. Now you take over. And he said, well, looked at his guru, Narada Muni, and Narada Muni kind of shook his head side to side, So Prajapati, Sarva's first wife's first month, Swayambhuva went away. And then Narada would continue preaching to Priyavrata. And after some time, Narada Muni looked up and laughed and smiled and kind of, because here comes Narada, and who is Narada? I'm sorry, here comes Brahma, and who's he coming back with? You don't know?
Manu Maharaj? Swayambhu Manu?
No.
Swayambhu Manu?
Brahma.
Brahma.
Lord Brahma. Yeah. And Narada Muni knows that he got Brahma to come and preach to Priyavrata. And Narada Muni knows that he can out-preach even Lord Brahma, but he can't do it because Sanskrit only.
Because
What
it's,
offense is it?
because of
Sanskrit
Brahma.
only. Sanskrit only. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know much.
Okay, so you're not Bhakti Vaibhava. Guru Maryada Vyatikrama. That's why Uddhava did not preach to Vidura, because Maitreya was there, and Maitreya was like his grandfather. So even though he was a better preacher, it would have been offensive to preach to someone older. And Prabhupada says that. Be a little careful. You may be a better preacher, but it's offensive. So Brahma's his guru, so he couldn't out-preach Brahma. So he was smiling because, again, this is what happens. Narada Muni tries to make everybody brahmacharis, and they find ways. Okay. So then Priyavrata said, okay, I'll do it. And all three of them, Narada, Swayambhuva Manu, and Brahma, promised we'll hang on to you. Even if you get entangled and confused, we'll come down and, kick over all the cans and drag you out if we have to. We promise. Said, okay, I'll do it. So he married a very nice lady. And then, of course, he got stimulated to have a house and have curtains and have flowers and have parties and, buy nice presents for his wife. And she did nice things for him. And, oh, my goodness, But in the end, but behind it all, he was remembering, I'm doing this for Krishna. I'm suffering, I'm enjoying, but I also is suffering. Okay, but it's all for Krishna. So there are many, 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 many stories. And different people take different pathways. And so we have to understand, what is our pathway? What is our position? What is our level of development? How far are we along on the path? Okay?
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
What is your path? What is your path? I sound like Darth Vader. What is your path? You should follow the dark side of the Force, Vivek Narayan. He's got his hoodie on. He's surrendering to the dark side. So is there anybody else want to ask Tom Brown and Buck White here questions?
Maharaj, there's a
Manjari.
comment in the chat from Sugopi. Sorry, it was just a comment. I think she was just answering a question.
Yeah, she answered the question correctly. Yeah.
Sugopi Palaka. She's cheating, though, because she's studying Sanskrit at Yale. We have to give her harder questions. We have to ask her for the dhatus for all the words. See how good she is then. Yeah, what are the dhatus? She probably knows them. Okay. Yeah.
Are there any other questions or comments? It doesn't seem like there are, Miraj. So with that, we'll go ahead and request that the girls sing the Nishringa prayer in honor of Jayapataka Maharaj, Ashish Prabhu, and also my chacha, who recently, I think just 2 days ago, had a stent placed in his heart. So if we could also sing for him as well, for his speedy recovery, I'm sure they'd all appreciate it. Go.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladinadidayini. Praladinadidayini. Hiranyakashipurvaksha. Hiranyakashipurvaksha. Shilatankanakalayi. Shilatankanakalayi. Ito nasingo parato nasingo. Ito nasingo parato nasingo. Yato yato yami tato nasingo. Yato yato yami tato nasingo. Bahe nasingo ridaye nasingo. Bahe nasingo ridaye nasingo. Narasinga madhim sharana prapade. Narasinga madhim sharana prapade. Tava kare kamana pare nakama bhuta shringa. Dalita hiranyakashipu tanubringa. Keshavadita narahari rupa. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Tava kare kamala vare. Nakama bhuta shringa. Nalita hiranyakashipu tanuvringa. Keshavarita narari rupa. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Narasimhadev, 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 Jaya Narasimhadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Singh Bhagwan ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, ladies.
I have a special request. Just wanted everybody's blessings for our granddaughter's first birthday today. May she have a Krishna conscious life. We seek all of your blessings. Thank you.
You should have shared that earlier, Auntie.
I know. Hare Krishna.
One
Thank you.
final, one request,
Hare
please.
Krishna.
I was listening yesterday from Niranjan Maharaj that he doesn't like talk to the boxes. So I see too many boxes. Everyone is box except me and Vishnu Charan Prabhu right now. so, so at least our leader who is leading the kirtan and the sponsor should not be the box. We can see them. That would be very nice. And if we can request others to do that, that would be also very nice. Said Maharaj, Raj Maharaj said, we can see your moon-like face. Okay, let's go with the Maharaj cannot, Prashak Maharaj cannot because he's there, but he will have his problem will be solved Monday. So from Tuesday we can probably request him to see him too. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I turned my camera on as well.
Okay.
So if everyone will go ahead and unmute themselves, we'll go ahead and recite the Vaishnava Pranam prayer. And just a quick reminder, tomorrow we begin our program, or we go back to our normal time of 8 o'clock.
And we ask Ram Girdhari Prabhu will lead the kirtan tomorrow because Tanu Prabhu is here today. So we'll go from there. Okay.
Vancha Thank you, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.